I mean, it's interesting. Even like some of the AI apps that or websites I use to just kind of review articles, they don't do a great job. Like I find holes in the summary of the articles, and so that makes me worried in terms of what you're talking about and in the more serious uses of AI and where it fits in decision making and things like that. I think it's already being done by like insurance companies on approval of procedures and things like that, unfortunately. But I think it's already in our real world for those of us in clinical practice. But from a research standpoint, I think it's certainly we have to come to grips on what it's okay for and what it's not okay for.
Pat, do you think there's a role for sifting through meta-analysis studies? I find one of the most frustrating things when I'm trying to do a literature review is you'll have a meta-analysis, and I'm just going to take pulse electric magnetic fields as an example. You'll have completely different machines, all grouped into a conclusion about what it's doing for wound healing or bone healing, whatever the parameter being measured. And I think that's a challenge when you've got, very low Tesla units. And I think the same exists with other meta-analysis that have completely different endpoints. So not just you, but anybody that has a comment on that, how we can call better meta-analysis studies. Or maybe the answer is there's just not enough studies that are consistent that we can compare. Any thoughts?
Well, I think meta-analysis can be very useful, and they're very high up on the research pyramid. I actually just reviewed a article in Juvenile Hallux valgus that was in a different journal. Sorry, Warren, they asked me to do it, but it was a really good article on minimal invasive hallux valgus surgery for pediatric bunions, and they did a really good job. They went through all the proper steps to do a high quality meta-analysis. Now, I don't know, and I read all types of journals. I don't see that sort of methodology approach to meta-analysis being done consistently throughout the journals. I think that comes back to the journals to hold their authors to a higher standard. Warren can probably speak to that better than I can.
It's funny you say that because just today I looked at a paper that was just submitted to JAMA. They purported to be a systematic review. And I won't go into any more details because I don't want to identify it. But they looked at PubMed with basically using two terms, and that was their systematic review. They did not use any Prisma guidelines. They did not even give me a Prisma flow chart. That's not a systematic review. And and that's one of the problems. I teach our students how to read forest plots. I love forest plots. I mean, to me, once I understood how to read a forest plot, it opened up these whole world of things to me. But the problem is, and as you said, Pat, a meta-analysis and systematic review are very high up on the so-called research pyramid. But and I know, maybe David can address this, that it's garbage in, garbage out.